Welcome back to the ADHDan Podcast, where we continue to talk about politics, religion, and world domination. Today, my guest is Jon Bobak. He's one of the most selfless people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. Welcome, Jon. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. This is an honor. This is neat.
Okay, before we talk about the mysteries of the universe, I think we need to address the giant square and compass-shaped elephant that's in the room. So, where are we right now?
We're currently sitting in the Blue Lodge at the Johnstown Masonic Conference Center, Johnstown Masonic Temple. But yeah, we're set up here, and this is where we have one of the two meeting rooms that is in the building. Well, big decorative meeting rooms, but we have several smaller ones downstairs, but this is where we're at.
How long after joining the Masons did they hand you the keys to the New World Order? That's what I think everyone really wants to know.
If they were handing them out, I wasn't in that line apparently.
You missed that?
I missed that though.
I think you need a redo.
Nobody pointed me in the direction of that.
I was going to say, for legal reasons, if you're not allowed to answer verbally, just wink twice and maybe knock your ring on the table or something. On a more serious note, why do you think the Masons attract so much controversy? Maybe not controversy, conspiracy is a better word.
A lot of it's because we don't talk about what all we do. Everything's done quietly, not unintentional, but just a lot of it comes back to like true charity comes without promoting yourself. And being one of the world's oldest and largest fraternities, and you don't talk about what you do, that tends to attract that level of controversy or questioning.
I just think it's interesting that, like, if the Masons have a private discussion behind closed doors, everybody assumes it's world domination, it's whatever, but like Apple can do it and it's they're just talking about the new iPhone, or like other organizations. So
but somehow we get looped into something bad, which we're not.
So you said this is the Blue Lodge. That's what this room is.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the room? Maybe like some of the symbols, or if you're allowed.
Yeah, no. We can start out by a lot of like the chair structure. Like the chair that's right there in the east would be our worshipful master, which would be like the president of the lodge. The chair in the west would be the senior warden, which would be like the vice president. And then the chair just behind you is the junior warden, which is basically like, if you're looking at like forms of government, it would be like the Speaker of the House, simplifying it. Yeah. And then just the different lower officers sit in the other chairs. And then like your secretary and your treasurer. I don't know if you want to talk like the altar and the lights, or do you want to?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Can you, this right here in the center is considered the altar?
Yeah, where this is currently.
Okay.
That through like all of our meetings and such, we have a Bible placed on the altar, or depending on wherever in the world you're meeting, the Holy Book. Since we're on pretty much every continent, different places have different religions, and whatever the practicing is there will be put out. And then the 3 different lights, which have Masonic meaning. There's several different meanings: the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. The right angle, if you're looking at building, the room is Egyptian themed because of an homage of the original builders.
Yeah, you guys built the pyramids.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. But never know. And the flooring.
Yeah, I did want to ask you about that, because I have done some research, and it's similar to me. What I understand is it can have multiple meanings.
Yeah, a lot of it, like yin and yang, like life and death, duality, humanity, that kind of. And then it's also symmetrical. Yeah, with the squaring, everything's equal.
Yeah. One of the things that through my research, that I found was it talks about basically the good and bad in life, and how it's basically even, and your Masonry just kind of teaches you maybe to kind of just navigate through it.
Yeah. That's kind of the basic rundown of the setup that we have.
Is there a particular aspect, whether it be art or something in this room that people maybe overlook, or something that maybe has the most meaning in here to you?
I think it's kind of neat. This, if I'm not mistaken, is one of only like 3 lodges in the state of Pennsylvania that's Egyptian theme. I believe the other one is somewhere up in like Scranton, Wilkesboro. Don't quote me on that. And then the main one is at the Grand Lodge in Philadelphia, and it's set up way nicer, but very similar.
With Masonry, you teach through symbols. Is that true? And again, this is just the limited research that I've done.
Freemasonry originated out of the stonemasons guilds in Europe, and they moved from hand tools and physically working to working on the person, and took a lot of the tools of a stonemason and used it to basically build a man instead of build churches and cathedrals, along those lines.
So you said build a man?
Teaching morality, and how to be an upright person in both your family and the community.
Well, I think you are the poster child of that. And actually, I almost completely forgot. I always like to make a name plaque for guests. So this is what I made for you.
That's
but
awesome.
It has your name and then has today's date. So.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Wow, that is incredible.
Like I've told you before, I feel like you're one of the most selfless people. And I could ask you anything, and I have no idea what you're up to that day, but I feel like you just drop everything to.
I try our best.
Do you think that's something that was nature, nurture? Do you think it was part of your upbringing? Because your parents are very similar too.
Yeah, it was just natural.
And then to be involved with the Masons,
it was a continuation.
Yes, yeah. So what originally made you decide, hey, I want to look into Masonry?
I always thought it was pretty cool, but never really knew much about it. I'm gonna be honest, the only thing up until we joined that I knew about Freemasonry, that there were a couple founding fathers, and I watched National Treasure.
Yeah.
That was kind of my only exposure to it. And then I believe in 2011, my cousin joined and started talking to my dad and myself about it, and it was kind of neat. And then through our conversations, my dad told me that a couple of his uncles and a couple other family members were involved with it, which kind of made it even more intriguing. So I started doing some research on it, and then him and I both joined in 2012.
For some reason, I was thinking that your dad was already a member. Okay.
No, we were actually, I believe, the first father and son in the lodge to come in at the same time. Usually That's how it worked out. Usually Dad was involved, and then you got involved. But no, we got to take our degrees at the same time, different times. He'd go in and do his, and then he could watch me go through my degree work, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then, so we got to experience it at kind of the same time.
Okay.
And there was a little bit of stuff you have to remember. So it was nice to have somebody else to practice with.
Yes, that would be beneficial.
Granted, there is a mentoring process, but aside from meeting, you see your parents every day, so you kind of work through things.
Right. You don't go out and recruit members.
No.
It's important that a potential member asks to join. Is that true?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to ask, because isn't there a particular wording? Or is that not?
You ask.
Okay.
You just ask. I don't know how to put it. Like, there's not a specific way.
Why do you think it's important for people to ask rather than be recruited?
I can't speak for the organization, but at least through my thought processes, it means that you've kind of done some research and you have your own drive to do it, instead of just, hey, here's a petition, You've looked into it, you've done your own research, and if you found it interesting, then you proceeded on your own to ask. Mm-hmm. So kind of, you're already a little bit more self-driven to acquire more knowledge.
When we talk about symbols, like, are we talking about like some of the symbols that are on the walls here, and do they have meaning?
Yeah, everything in this room is done intentionally, from the carpet to what's on the walls to how everything's laid out. Everything's done for a specific purpose.
I kind of asked this earlier, but is there a particular symbol that you kind of took to heart, something that connected with you the most?
Like how it is, maybe not so much like the symbolism that I took out of it. I always found it, you can see the room, but like when the lights are low like this, and then just with like the altar lights and everything, I always thought that was so cool. I don't know, it always found it pretty neat, especially when it's set up not with all the extra lighting, but just with like the low lights. I always thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Especially with the tapers, and it kind of reminds you of how things like originally were with like the candle light. That always found it fascinating. Like a lot of what we do, a lot of the founding fathers did a lot of the same ritual, like the whole 9 yards. So it kind of looks, especially with like the tapers flickering and everything, it kind of looks like how things were back then. I
feel like I keep getting distracted because I look around and I keep seeing something new.
You don't know that you're dead.
So when you first looked into joining, was there a particular thing that you were looking for in like becoming a member?
A lot of camaraderie. It's pretty neat to be a part of an organization that's worldwide. And then go back to like the historical part of it, like I had said, like just the fact that you're doing like similar things that people throughout history have done. That fascinated the crap out of me.
Yeah.
It was neat to find out like after the fact, like you can go to Boston or we've been to Myrtle Beach and you run into brothers down there, and just to kind of have that connection is always cool.
Now, okay, so do you recognize people in public? You're like, because I've heard before, like you'll see the ring or you don't.
Yeah, I did just my wearing ring.
Just fail.
When you work with your hands a lot, that's why this is a silicone ring.
Yeah, so do you notice people or?
Sometimes, like the people have just rings, or if they have like a bumper sticker or something along those lines, or wearing shirts.
Oh, I feel like I'm an imposter.
But stuff like that, and then there's ways of not questioning, but like, hey, and then have a conversation, and then it's kind of like, oh, they have something commonality.
And is there a secret handshake? They didn't tell you anything, did they? They didn't give you the good stuff.
There's ways of finding out.
From your journey looking into joining to now being, are you 15 years in? Was it 2011, did you say?
12.
Okay. Through that journey, was there anything that surprised you after joining? You're like, wow, okay, that's not what I expected. Like, not in a negative way, but more positive.
I never, even like after the initial joining, I never realized how many different Masonic bodies there were.
Almost like church denominations, or?
Kind of. The best way to describe it is like like an octopus, only with more legs. Your blue lodge is like the head of the octopus, and then each leg off of that, it's like York Rite, Scottish Rite. Along with Scottish Rite, there's Shrine, the Shriners. And there's, oh my God, there's a bunch of different affiliated bodies branched off of each.
Wow.
Which I always thought it was Blue Lodge, and then the Shriners, and then the York Rite bodies, which is like the Knights Templar and that kind of stuff. Chapter, council, and commandery.
Was there a moment, like, again, after joining, sometime through your journey, that it all kind of clicked for you and you're kind of like, this is it? This is...
Going through the degree work.
So like toward the beginning?
Yeah, it's kind of just a different... I can't talk a lot about it, but just the different stories that are taught through the work. It's kind of like, this is really neat.
Yeah.
And how everything's done.
There's a lot to remember.
Oh my, yes. I forget. I believe like the first degree is over an hour of talking just by the master, and then the second's a little shorter, but the third is an hour plus of just talking.
You're not handed books.
No.
It's
all by memory, and it's all Old English.
And that, I feel that would be near impossible for me. I can't. I can retain like camera settings or things like that, but I feel it would just be a lot.
It is. I'm more of an audio learner. Like if I read something, it's gone not long after. That's why I listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
But since it's by word of mouth, I kind of retained it better. So it was a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but I pick things up a lot quicker. And then throughout, like the different chairs have different dialogues. So it was easier to kind of pick things up that way.
Okay.
But still, it's a lot to actually go through and learn it.
What part of the experience would be impossible to kind of explain to a non-Mason?
It's a lot of it's personal. How like when Dad went through his degree work, that was emotionally, you get different things out of it. It's all on an individual level as far as like what you get from it, like what your experiences were. Like I got different things. Everybody that goes through there kind of has their own take off of things.
Yeah, and I've also heard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the more you're willing to put in, the more you'll get out of it.
Yeah.
Would you say that's more like the learning side, or acts of service, or all of the above?
I'd say all of the above.
Yeah. Would you say that Masonry has changed you?
A lot of the teachings in that I was brought up with, I don't want to say unintentionally, but it just worked out that way. But it was just more of a reassurance on like what I was getting throughout life. And it kind of cemented it more. Are
you spiritual? Do you have a religion? And how does that connect with everything? I mean,
I'm spiritual. I don't attend church as often as I should. But yeah, nothing's ever conflicted. Like anything we've ever done here, it's never conflicted with my beliefs. All of our stuff is done on with the Bible, and nothing's been derogatory or anything like that, because if I had even remotely seen anything close to that, I'd have been out of here. But yeah, everything's kind of gone with my beliefs.
And the square and compass with the G, that can be geometry, God,
grand architect, depending, it all determines like where in the world you're at.
Right.
Different lodges and what you take from it.
When I was growing up, I was like half Baptist, half Catholic, and it was like, you don't associate with Masons. Like it's a cult. I remember someone at school, they came in and they were in tears. I went to a non-denominational private school.
Okay.
And the girl came in tears, and she said, "Oh, my dad's joining the Masons." So we all prayed, and it was like, To me, the older I get, the more research I do, I just see so many positive things coming out of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure where like the churches started getting the like anti-Masonic rhetoric from. I know there was I know a lot of stuff come out of the in the early 1800s with like anti-Masonic stuff. There was a case involving a Morgan that ended up disappearing. I don't know the full details of it, but then right after that, there was a lot of anti-Masonic propaganda that was pumped out, and then also being not secretive, but just quiet about everything. Like we talked about, starts to turn into conspiracy, and then it kind of goes from there. But I'm not sure where the churches kind of got involved along that way.
Right. Would you say there's a specific myth or conspiracy about the Masons that drives you nuts?
There's so much stuff online.
Yeah.
It's just crap.
Yeah.
Kind of throw a dart at on a lot of them and just pick from there. I know everybody brings up like Morals and Dogma, written by Albert Pike. It talks about the devil and such, which is completely what, like, everybody takes it as it's dark. If you've read anything by Albert Pike, he's all over the map. One of the guys that we know's wife's, what's the word, is an old English major. And like she has a hard time, like she studied that kind of stuff, and she has a hard time following him. But it just everybody completely misses the topic of what that particular thing was talking about, and just sees that and runs with it and makes their own allegations about things.
Did you say you have a copy of that? Or can I just get that on Amazon?
You probably get it on Amazon.
Okay.
I think there is a copy of it upstairs.
Okay. For people who don't know, who is Jon Bobak?
Just a 32-year-old guy that I work here full time, and try my best to not upset the wife and kids.
And you're also a firefighter.
Yeah, I'm the current battalion chief with West Hills. I've been there since 2007.
What would you say drew you to being a firefighter?
Family. Growing up, both my parents were involved with, at the time, Ferndale. They were both line officers, so I grew up in the firehouse. Most kids play on jungle gyms. I had fire apparatus.
Yeah.
So, and just wanting to be involved with that. And then once I became old enough, it's kind of like, all right, I'm joining.
Yeah.
And things kind of took off from there.
I wonder if there's a parallel, because it seems like I said before, I feel like you guys are some of the most selfless people I've met. And then the paths that you're on are paths of service to others. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's neat to look at it from that perspective.
Most people spend their lives running away from emergencies. Firefighters run toward them. What's happening in your mind when a call comes in?
An adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to help people.
Right.
And that's pretty much the first thing is how can I get there and make the situation better for everybody involved. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it, especially initially. Like the basic essentials class, when you first go through, is January to June usually. So 5 to 6 months, and then there's certifications afterwards, and then
like continued certifications,
yeah,
right?
There's quite a bit.
But you have books for that, right?
Yeah, that we have books for.
See, that would probably make it easier, but
lots of pictures too. That's what I need.
So you chose to become a firefighter. You chose to become a Mason. Both organizations are built around service to others. Is that a coincidence, or do they come from the same part of who you are? I kind of already asked this, but...
I think it comes from the same part. They're both trying to help people. I think a lot of it originates from...
Do you think being a Mason has made you a better husband, father, friend, citizen?
It's helped over the years. Because, I mean, you know yourself, life's difficult, especially with the stresses of daily life. Things come up.
Right.
You kind of got to refocus. Even when
Checkerboard.
Exactly. And just because when life's going crazy and you don't want to lash out, even though it's really easy to.
Yeah.
Kind of recenter and handle the situation as it comes.
Now, do you think that's something, and again, I feel like you're a rare breed, but do you think for the average person who becomes a Mason, do you think that some of the teachings here help you to navigate the yin and the yang?
Yeah, I think it helps.
Kind of maybe creates a roadmap, so to speak.
Thank you. That was up here, but trying to get it down and out.
And that's crazy because usually I don't even have it up here, but are there any specific lessons that you're allowed to talk about from Masonry that you do use most often, like on a daily basis? And again, you're a rare breed, like you already.
You're
already a great person.
Aw. That check must have cleared.
Yep. I got it.
Sweet. At the moment, I'm not sure, but like you said, a lot of it was kind of already there, which some other people weren't or aren't. I guess I don't know if I want to say fortunate, but...
Okay, so let me change that a little bit. Not for you specifically, but somebody who maybe has thought about joining. What could Masonry provide them?
There's a lot of things. Camaraderie, fellowship. I don't want to say networking, but I mean you do meet people from different walks of life that you normally wouldn't run into on the street. So just different, and there's a bunch of different avenues. Like once you get in, there's so many different organizations you can pick from. Like I mentioned, the Shriners, they do a lot with like the circus and stuff. There's like a motorcycle organization. So if that's more of your thing, there's clubs for that. Like there's a bunch of different avenues you can. And they all teach different things as well.
That's pretty good.
It's all in what you look for.
It's basically like a buffet.
Yeah.
You learn, you
digest.
Become a Mason, you can enter the buffet, and then you kind of can
pick a route in which way you want to go.
Oh, now I could go for a buffet.
Right.
This kind of goes along the same lines, but what do you think Masonry provides that modern society is lacking? And we don't have to bash modern society because I feel like pick your poison.
It kind of does it itself enough anymore.
What can it provide to help?
I want to say guidance, maybe. Different, like teaching morality. Like I don't want to say picking your circle. But like the people you spend your time around, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but like everybody has friends that you can see going down like different roads in life that may not align with your own thoughts.
Right.
So it kind of teaches you to like not stay within your circle, but stay within your bounds and kind of keep your morality. Different lessons like that.
Mm-hmm. And you think modern society is lacking lessons like that?
I didn't say, not necessarily said that.
I said it.
Yeah.
Would you say that Masonry membership is declining? Would you say that as a whole, is Masonry evolving or both?
Both. Unfortunately, the membership, at least in our area, I can't speak for nationwide or even outside our area, but it is starting to decrease. Trying to get people involved with. It seems like life's so much busier than it used to be.
Amen.
Trying to get people involved with things. I mean, I see it on multiple fronts here. Trying to get membership for the fire company. Like, we're fortunate on the Hill, but like other places are struggling. Freemasonry in general is evolving too. Like up until maybe 20 years ago, we wouldn't even be able to have this right now. Like everything was completely off limits. Most didn't even talk about it. So it's starting to become more in the public eye, and opens up for opportunities like we're having now.
Yeah. Now, do you think opening more of this to the public kind of cuts down on some of the conspiracies, or?
People are always going to have conspiracies, no matter what you do. You could set everything on the table, and they're going to be like, "Yeah, that's false."
Yeah.
There's always going to be people questioning things.
Okay, if somebody is listening or watching this, which God love you, thank you. What would you want them to understand before making up their mind about Masonry, either joining or the kind of idea of Masonry?
A lot of it's not what you read online. And a lot of it is what you take away from it as an individual. If you want to further advance, you got to, I don't want to say do it at your own pace, but have the drive for it. But it's a great way of, like I said, finding camaraderie. It's all on what you're looking into it, but you can get a lot out of the organization, but you also got to be willing to do the work as well.
Somebody decides, you know what, I want to take the next step. What kind of time does it take to
like to go through the process?
Yes, yeah. And is it weekly? Is it monthly?
It's going to be monthly. Usually, like once you decide that you would like to join, and you ask a member for a petition, they will provide you a petition, and you fill it out. And it's like, you hear me? Okay, sorry if I'm rocking back.
No, you're good.
But you fill out, and it's basically just a background check, basically. And like you fill out all the information. You take that, you give that back to the guy that you got it from. That's going to be your signer, and then they present it at a meeting, at the next stated meeting, and then they will form a committee of inquiry, and they'll also do like a background check just to make sure if you have any prior, like it's basically like a state police background check, along with to make sure that you weren't already a member and tossed out. So everything gets kind of double checked there. And then they will set up a meeting, usually like at the person's residence, or just to kind of figure out and just have like a conversation, just kind of like what kind of person you are, and also talk with the family. Just because, between lodge meetings and then special meetings, they're gonna have questions on why like you're leaving a couple nights a month, or if there's any kind of like events, if you want to come, which the families are invited to that, but just answer their questions, kind of see what the person's like, and then they'll take that information back to the next meeting, vote on you, and then you'll get a thing in the mail saying when to come for your degree work. And then it's usually there's your first 3 degrees, and they're generally a month apart, or depending on when you join. Because I know over the summer up here we go dormant. Like right now, the lodges aren't meeting.
Okay.
Just because everybody's either on vacation or that kind of thing. And then a month for all, like your first degree into your second, and then a month from there to your third. And then from then on, like once you hit your third degree, you're a Master Mason. And then it's kind of at your own accord from there as far as where you want to take your journey, which branch, or if you even want to just stay there. Like I stayed in Blue Lodge, but it's all on, a lot of it's timing.
Yeah. So I have an uncle who I was told he's a 32nd degree.
Okay.
I don't really know anything about that.
Yeah, it goes up to 32, depending on which branch you go up. And there's a picture that out front that basically breaks down the different degrees, and then like 32 is the highest you can go, and then there's an honorable degree that you have to be asked, which is your 33rd. Was he local, or was he
Altoona?
Oh, okay. That's still relatively local. Probably not met here, but he probably was here at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The last main question I have for you, what do you hope people remember about you when you're gone? What kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Oh boy, you're hitting with the deep questions today.
Yeah, and I know you're only 32.
You never know when your time's up on this world.
Exactly.
Way to hit deep.
Yeah. I didn't even build up to that. It was just
wham. That I did my best throughout life to help other people in any way I could, and I tried my best to be a good person. I'm blunt sometimes, but did what I could for my family, and hopefully my kids continue on with it.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I think it was around, 'cause I'm 42 right now. I think 38 or 39. I think I had like a midlife crisis. Went through a really rough time, and it wasn't at 40. 40, I was like, I don't even care. But that's when I really started thinking about a lot of that. Like, what am I going to leave behind? And that's honestly one of the reasons why I like the podcast it's a time capsule. Yep. So you can look back on it, like this will live on the internet for forever.
It's something your kids and your grandkids and maybe theirs will see and look back. Mm-hmm. That's cool. So I really like that. Yeah, all the aprons that are in here are past masters aprons.
I do have a rapid fire question section for you.
Are they going to be like the last one?
This first one, I am very curious, because if anyone would know, it would be a Mason. Moon landing, true or false?
True.
Oh, dang.
I'm hoping.
Number 2, yesterday or tomorrow?
Ooh. I've been getting nostalgic lately, but I look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah. Number 3, symbol or story?
Story.
Number 4, would you rather save one life or change one life?
Ooh. I see why you went, I know it's rapid fire, but save.
Okay. What is one belief you've changed your mind about?
I've always been kind of flexible with and I don't mean that and people are going to take that however which way. But I don't know the answers, so I'm kind of waiting to find out. But one belief that's changed. That's a rough one. It's going to take a little bit to get an answer. I do apologize.
Okay, so let me go to, I actually have bonus rapid fire questions. I typically only do 5, but I wanted to keep going. So, square or compass?
Compass.
Did you build the pyramids? You personally?
If I did, I don't remember. I'd be very old. My knee's already hurt.
Did the aliens help?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Have you ever accidentally given the secret handshake to a non-member?
No, like I socially somewhat awkward. I've gotten better as I got older, but so I kind of, it takes a minute.
Are there any rooms in this building that you're not allowed to enter?
Me?
You?
No.
Okay. Are there any rooms in this building that I'm not allowed to enter? Wow. Okay. Is there a hidden tunnel under the temple?
No, not. Unfortunately, no. I don't know where it would go.
Okay. Okay, so back to, is there a belief you've changed your mind about? And if you don't have an answer, I don't mind.
Like I said, I've always, I've always been pretty set in my beliefs. Not set, but like have not an idea, but open to whatever. And unfortunately, I don't have a good answer at the moment.
That's good.
Nothing's really changed as far as.
To me, what I'm hearing is, and seems to be a reoccurring theme, you're comfortable with, I don't really know.
Yeah. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not going to claim that I do.
Right.
So I'm just going to wait to see what happens.
I'm always cautious of the people who claim to know all of the answers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of, usually the ones that talk the most like that usually know the least.
Yeah. So if somebody would be interested in coming to check this place out, are they able to just contact you and say, hey, gotta have a tour?
Yeah. Both myself and my dad are here Monday through Friday during the day. Just stop by, and we give tours fairly regular, especially at events, because with the ballrooms downstairs, there's a lot of from weddings to different public events, like different expos we have, craft shows. We always open to give tours.
John, I just want to thank you again. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality, for everything. It's just been great.
Thank you. This has been a blast. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah. I guess we just go out the same doors we came in and walk out and then cut it there, I guess.
Mic drop.